Hello, everybody. Welcome to Storytime Live with Carla and Charley. It's Tuesday. We're so happy to be here with you. If you were here with us yesterday, then you know yesterday we did Stories from Space. Today, we've decided to be right here down on Earth with stories that go moo. And we wore our cattle ranching hats, as you can see here. And our stories that go moo are going to be some pretty fun and silly stories that we like. As you know, if you've come to Storytime Live before, we always have some jokes because we know we like a good joke around here. And we also have live music today because we're kind of in a sitting around the campfire mood. Guess who brought her guitar back? This one. So you're in for a treat today. You're going to hear Charley play a wonderful song on guitar, and we're going to enjoy jokes, stories, and live music. Thank you for joining us. We do Storytime Live every Monday and Tuesday at 3:30 Central Time because we're located right here in Minnesota. And we'll be back next week. We welcome you to share your ideas and suggestions with your grown-up because we know you've got a lot of favorite books. We know you've got a lot of favorite jokes. So send us your ideas for next week's Storytime Live. And let's get this rodeo going, shall we? We always start with stretches. But before we start with stretches, we have a tradition around these parts, and that is that we give a nickname to you all, our fun and favorite viewers, every time we gather for Storytime Live, and we always pick a nickname that is inspired by our theme. So today, because we've got, well, why don't we share the theme page with them, Char?
Today's theme is, drum roll please.
Oh, I'm the drummer today?
The stories that go moo.
Moo. Stories that go moo. Now, we've got stories that feature cows, because of course, you know the sound that a cow makes, right?
Moo.
But we've also, because we thought, what else goes with cows? We thought cow people, cow girls and cow boys and any kind of other cow folk.
Cow non-conforming.
Cow non-conforming, cow identity as you will, people. And we're bringing them into our stories that go moo. All right, so that means that it's time to tell them the nickname for today now that they know the theme for today.
Today's nickname is Ranchers.
Little Ranchers. So thanks for joining us, Little Ranchers. It's good to see you out there. And let's get ourselves ready to have good mind frame, good readiness to listen to our stories that go moo. You know, we always start story time with a little bit of stretching, but stretching that works in this little space you might be squozed into. Because if you're watching us on Instagram Live, we look pretty squozed up. But if you're watching us on Facebook Live, it's also pretty squozed up around here. So we've got some stretches that fit into small spaces. Today we're going to do a stretch that gets us ready to ride a horse. Have you ever ridden a horse, Charley?
Many times.
Yes. Very lucky.
That's yes.
Why have you ridden a horse many times?
I like horseback riding. I've gone to parties for horseback riding. And I've gone to camps.
I feel that Charley's very lucky to have ridden a horse because this little cow rancher has bested her mom in that regard. I've never been on a horse. And I'm allergic to horses.
Didn't you go on it once?
I didn't. I missed my opportunity to go on a horse when I was younger with this group called Jack and Jill. that I was a part of when I was a kid and you're a part of now. And now I'm allergic. So I'm just going to have to use my imagination. And to get your imaginations ready, let's start with our stretches for small spaces. This is the stretch that would get us ready to ride a horse, although I've never been on a horse, so I cannot verify. Okay, I'm asking you to take one foot and put it on top of the knee that's available. So grab that foot and put it on top of a knee. And then we're just going to bend over that knee and get our legs stretching, because these days sometimes we're doing a lot of sitting because we're staying inside. Stretch towards that knee, and we're going to switch it up, and we're going to reach over, grab the other foot that you haven't stretched yet, and we're going to reach down and stretch towards that knee as if we were just getting our legs warmed up to ride a horse or to rope a steer, okay? Oh, I don't know what that means, but you know, we got cowboy hats on. It's a thing. All right, now we should be ready to hop into our first story for Stories That Go Moo. Charley, I heard you like to tell jokes.
I do.
Would you like to tell our little ranchers here a joke before we jump into our first story?
I would. Where do cows go when they're on vacation?
Where do cows go when they're on vacation? Now, we always like to give our little ranchers a chance to take a guess. I know I always like to take a guess. Where do cows go when they're on vacation? I know where they go. They go to the tropical islands. Is that it?
I was thinking more local, personally.
Oh, local. That's true. Nobody's really probably hopping on a...
I mean, that's a good one.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
That's a great guess.
The movies. We have a guess from a friend. Oh, a little rancher. Why don't you tell our little ranchers where cows go when they go to the vacation, because then we can get into our first moo story.
The museum. It doesn't really work. Museums?
The
Museum?
museum?
No,
The museum?
it just doesn't make the same flow.
The flow. I
I feel
get
like
it.
the movies.
The movies. I feel like we're rewriting jokes real time here. Where do they go? The movies. We gotta start our own joke book after this. Let's hop into our first story that goes moo, Char. Okay, I'm going to do the reading, and Charley's got selected pictures for you from this fun book by one of our favorite fun authors, Mo
Flog.
Willems, with
Flog.
I
am
a frog. I'm a frog.
I'm a flog.
I love it because I heard Mo Williams is teaching people how to draw silly pictures on the internet while we're all inside.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wanna learn.
Yeah, let's swing by that Instagram Live sometime. All right, I Am a Frog by Mo Willems. Ribbit!
What?
There's a sound of a ribbit coming from off the page and a elephant. Ribbit! Piggy! Ribbit, 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 ribbit,
Ribbit.
ribbit. It's very strange. What are you doing, Piggy? I'm a frog.
I'm a frog. I'm a frog.
You're a frog? Yes! I did not know that.
No.
I did not know that. I was sure you were a pig, you look like a pig, and your name is Piggy.
Piggy. Pig.
I was a pig. Now I am a frog.
When your parents
Ribbit.
say you can be anything, this is the true meaning.
When you grow up, you think
I want to be a fire truck.
a fire truck?
I want to be a fire truck.
All right.
I don't think they understand.
You're going places, that's for sure. That's good. Okay, you learn something. Let's back to our story. This is the elephant. You learn something new every day. When did you become a frog?
Oh, ribbit.
About 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago? "5 minutes ago, she was a pig. Now she's a frog." Oh, ribbit!
Ribbit.
What if I become a frog?
Oh no.
Hopping all day, eating flies. Things are getting very stressful over here in this story. As you can see, the elephant is very stressed and confused. Ribbit! I do not want to be a frog.
A frog.
It's okay, Gerald. It's pretend. Is this the end? No, Gerald. Pretend. I am pretending.
I am a frog. My name is Froggy. I like to hop and eat flies.
What is pretending? Pretending is when you act like you are something you are not.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
And you can just do that? You can just go out and pretend to be something you are not.
I am not a frog.
Sure, everyone pretends.
We all pretend, as Piggy says.
Even grown-up people?
Those are some pretty cool people. They're a grown-up and a person. They're very special.
Even grown-up people? All the time.
Do you ever pretend?
I'm pretending right now that I've ridden a horse, my dear.
I've ridden a horse.
You have for real. You can really learn to do something new every day. Do you want to try it, Gerald?
Really?
Do you want? Oh,
I have fun.
do you want to pretend to be a frog? A ribbit! I cannot. Yes, you can. A ribbit! No, I can't. Yes, you can. 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 No, I can't. Oh. Get it. Gerald, why can't you pretend to be a frog? Because I am a cow. A moo. Okay. Ribbit. A moo. Thanks for sticking with that fun, silly story, Little Ranchers. This is Storytime Live with
Yes,
you should just do the intro because
Charley and Carla. I'm Charley.
And I am Carla. not a frog. And the theme for this week's Storytime Live is stories that go moo.
Moo.
And as you know, in Storytime Live, we love to tell a good joke, we love to have a good laugh, and we love to hear a good song. We're going to very soon be hearing a song from Charley, but rumor has it you want to do something before you play the song. I'm ready.
I do. Is this my joke?
Yeah, this is your joke. I'm ready. This is my I'm ready position.
Yes. She is very ready.
I know our little ranchers are ready.
What has 4 legs, 1 tail, and goes
Okay, give me a minute.
Okay.
What has 4 legs, 1 tail, and goes Hey, little ranchers out there, this one's got me pickled. I'm going to give it a guess. This beanbag chair, when I'm sitting on it, I think that has 4 legs, no.
Does not have a tail.
Anybody got any guesses out there? What has 4 legs, 1 tail?
And goes
I think you stumped him, Cha. I think you stumped him. What's the answer?
A reverse cow. Yes.
That's a good opportunity for us to back up the truck, Charley.
I gotta guess. That was
a backwards cow. See what I'm saying? These jokes write themselves. This is time to back up the truck and pull out. What's the name of your guitar? You gave your guitar name a long time ago.
I think.
Okay.
The name is.
I don't remember, but let's bring your guitar out and let's play a little song for our little ranchers. Now, in Storytime Live, we always have a rule when we start our music time. And the rule is that we say everybody can sing. It doesn't matter if you don't know the lyrics. It doesn't matter if you don't feel comfortable or confident in the melody. We just want you to know that we want to hear those voices. We love hearing our own voices. We don't really care whether we can actually hold the tune or not. We just like to sing. So if you know this song that Charley is about to play, I'd love it if you sing along right where you are. I am going to not sing along because I want to have really good listening ears, like our friend yesterday, Skippy John Jones, so I can hear Charley sing this song.
Help.
How can I help you? You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Let me pick.
There's your pick.
Yes, I have my pick.
And what's the name of the song you're going to play for our little ranchers?
It's called I Am Yours by Jason Mraz.
Is it okay if my little buddy Bevo and I watch this with you?
Bevo? Is that
his name? He's a longhorn, which is a breed of cattle, and his name is Bevo.
Cattle is another name for cattle, if you don't know. Well, you done outdone me, you bet I felt it. Tried to be chill, but you're so hot that you melted. Fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. For the cool done running out, I'm giving it my bestest. Nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. Reckon that it's my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more. I cannot wait. I'm yours. I have a cattle. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and then you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love. Listen to the music of the moment. People dance and sing. We're just one big family. It's our God-forsaken right to be loved. So I won't hesitate no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure. There's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do you wanna come on? Scooch down closer, dear. I wanna nibble on your ear. I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror, bending over backwards just to see it clear. Breath fogged up the glass, so I do a new face and last. Guess what I'm saying is there isn't no better reason. Maybe build vanities and just go with the seasons. That's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more. No more, it cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and then you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
Oh, wow. What a treat, little ranchers. Bevo and I were just sitting here loving that jam sesh, Char. Thank you for that jam sesh featuring one of my very favorite chill Jason Mraz songs. That's perfect for this time of day and this mindset we're in. Now we're going to hop into our second story in the theme of stories that go moo. So thank you for joining Storytime Live with
Charley and Carla. I'm Charley.
And I am the one that's left over after that, yes. Carla. And we're here every Monday and Tuesday at
3:30
Central Time. We always try to read 3 stories, and so we're getting into story number 2, and we were kind of a little bit creative with our theme, stories that go moo, because we included cows and
boys and girls and people who don't confirm and others and them. I don't know.
Every kind of cow folk.
Cow
folk. Love it. Love it.
Yes, that works.
Welcome. All are welcome here. And I'm going to read now one story that you might recognize some of these friendly characters in this story because they're from
Toy Story 4, which is probably your generation. My generation came up with the first ones, and there were 3 before that, but there seemed like 10.
Yeah, like these young little ranchers might be familiar with Toy Story 4. I was around the block for Toy Story number 1.
I was 2.
The star of this story didn't come even into the story until Toy Story 2. I think so. All right, let's get into it. It's called The Shadow Game. And if you've ever made shadows on the wall in the night, like try to make a longhorn or something with your hands, that's what this story is about.
If you want to be a longhorn, you just
hook 'em. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em. All right. Andy loved going to cowboy camp, and one summer he decided to take his Woody's Roundup toys with him. The first night, while all of the campers were asleep and the Roundup gang gathered around a small campfire, they decided to sleep under the stars. The prospector wrapped himself in a sleeping bag, put his cowboy hat on his belly, and closed his eyes. Good night. Yes. But Jessie, the cowgirl, didn't want to go to sleep. She said, "Let's play the shadow game." She jumped up, and whoever, wake up, sir, wake up, sir. Whoever makes the scariest shadows wins. Show them what Jessie did to lead by example in that picture, Charley. Whoever makes the scariest shadow wins. Woody and his horse, Bullseye, thought the game sounded like fun. Prospector began to snore. Jessie giggled. Who wants to start? She asked. I think the prospector is busy, because he was busy being asleep, right? Ladies first, Woody replied. Yeehaw! Jessie exclaimed. The prospector woke with a start. Pipe down, he cried. I'm trying to get some shut-eye. Sorry, Jessie apologized. Then she turned back to Bullseye and Woody. She flapped her arms up and down. Look, I'm a bat. Nah, that's too easy. I'll come up with something better. A few minutes later, Jessie motioned Bullseye towards the fire. She put her hands in a fist and curled up her index fingers. Why, it's a longhorn steer. Woody exclaimed, pointing to Bullseye's face. That's right, partner. We brought our own longhorn steer. Bevo. Bevo can listen right there for a little bit. That's right, partner, Jessie answered. Next, it was Bullseye's turn. The horse thought for a moment. Then he leapt off and yanked the hat off of Woody's head. Hey, the cowboy cried. Why would you do a thing like that? Then Jessie figured it out. Bullseye wasn't being rude. He was making a shadow. It was a mountain lion. Woody, she exclaimed. Would you look at that? You're right, the cowboy said. Good one, Bullseye. Good one, Bullseye. Now it's my turn, Woody said. Hold on. And he got up and ran off. A minute later, he returned with a stick. He took his hat back from Bullseye and walked toward a large rock. He hissed. Ooh, a serpent, Jessie said. That's more frightening than the mountain lion. But I bet I can do one scarier. She tied a couple of sticks to her boot and made a shadow of a monster. Arrgh! See how she put sticks on her boot? Bullseye got so frightened he whinnied loudly, yay! And hid behind a rock. The prospector woke with a start again and saw Jessie's shadow and jumped up in a fright. Yikes, he cried. What's happening? We were playing a spooky shadow game, Jessie said, laughing. And you just made the best one, Woody cried.
He's a cat.
What is the prospector?
You see his shadow here?
Scary. All right. Little partners. What do we call it? We got little ranchers. We have one more story for you for Storytime Live before we close it out with one of these funny jokes that we love so much. I'm going to give Charley the pictures. This might be a fun, funny book that you have seen before. And it's called Click, Clack, Moo, Cows, That, Type. Okay,
Let me read this. I'm amazing. By Dorian Cronin. Pictures by Betsy Lewin. Ready?
Always ready, girlfriend. Always
Click,
ready.
Clack, moo, cows, that type. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Click, clack, moo. Clickety, clack, moo. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows.
Charley, does this seem silly? These cows typed this note to Farmer Brown.
That's weird. It wasn't bad enough that the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets. No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows left and went on strike. They left a note on the door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. Bet that. No, they left on the barn.
These are some note typing cows, aren't they? They got a lot of notes for the farmer.
No milk today, cried Farmer Brown in the background. He heard the cows busy at work. Click clack, moo. Click clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. The next day he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. They're cold.
That's a cold hint.
The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs? Cried Farmer Brown in the background. He heard them. Click clack, moo. Click clack, moo. Clickety clack, moo. Why didn't he just go in the barn and just harvest them?
Charlie, stay tuned. This is going to be a very exciting finish. I do wonder that. Why can't Farmer Brown think up a different solution? Stay tuned for more.
Cows that type? Hens on strike? Whoever heard of such a thing? How could I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown.
How do we think this is going to go over? The farmer is demanding. He can't make an egg.
Duck was a neutral party, so he brought an ultimatum to the cows. The duck is like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing here.
How did the duck get involved in this situation? Suspicious.
Cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets, leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for the duck to come back with the typewriter. The next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn was quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack, quack. Click, click, clack, quack, clickety, clack. Quack, 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 quack.
Do you think the ducks got their wish from Mr. Farmer Brown?
Of course they did.
They did indeed, those ducks. They got a hard bargain they're driving over there. Well, Charlie, this has been another great week of Storytime Lives. Thank you for giving us the privilege of hearing you play with your guitar. That was awesome. I know that our little ranchers loved hearing that Jason Mraz song. We hope, little ranchers, that if you have more ideas for Storytime Live next week, Monday or Tuesday, you will send us your ideas or have your grown-up tell us some of your favorite books, some of your favorite books Somebody's calling us during story time. Somebody's got an idea, favorite book, some of your favorite jokes, and we'll be back at these same parts Monday and Tuesday next week, 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. Central Time on Instagram Live or Facebook Live. And we'll have music and jokes and more fun stories. But before we get out of here, Charley, I have one last joke for you.
What is it?
Why did the cow wear a bell when she went down the road? Little ranchers, you know we're doing our jokes that go moo. A moo. Why did the cow wear a bell when she went down the road? Anybody got any ideas? Because her horn wasn't working when she went down the road. She needed a bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Was she a cattle or like a milk?
Was she a cattle? Or there's so much to know about steer, cattle, cows, and every type of kind of species and subspecies of cow, Charley. Good question. I'm going to say she was a cow. Thank you for joining us. See you next time for Storytime Live. You guys are awesome. We love having fun with you. Send us any ideas for your favorite books. We want to make sure you're having a good old time around here, little ranchers. See you next time.
See you around these parts. Never. I mean, always.
Virtually, basically.